What up, everybody? Welcome back to Nashville Unsigned. We are hanging out at the back corner, our new location for the Nashville Unsigned late night show with special guest, The Red Couch, and other special guests, Miss Elle Azar.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I mean, you're super hot on the scene right now. You've got like a new debut album and everything that you've recently released. But before we dive into that stuff, like tell everyone like where you're from and how long you've been in Nashville and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Dallas, Texas. Moved here actually 3 years ago in July. Like it's flown by. I love it in Nashville so much. Like I actually didn't move here for music at all. Like it's just this crazy coincidence. Like I don't think I understood how much of a songwriting capital it was. So now I'm just like, okay, this was definitely fate that I ended up here.
So debut self-titled album just came out. Just Elle Azar with a sick cover photo. And how many songs are in that?
It's 8 songs.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And then so that released, and you've released some teasers, a teaser for Mess, and you had another one to come out recently.
Yeah, we had a music video for Mess and a music video for Starry Night.
Yeah.
So just 2 so far.
And shot by your husband.
Yeah. Yeah. We get to make them together.
Freaking power couple, guys. Power couple.
It really is so fun though, because like we get to do it together, and like Mess was more of like a high production. Like we spent money, like got to do it right, and then Starry Night was literally just the 2 of us like in our house, and we like took all the furniture out of the kitchen and the living room. Like we were up till 4 a.m. and it was just us, and like we put a mattress like in the living room and just like created this whole like world. And then we even shot stuff like in the street in our neighborhood, and like I got in the bathtub for stuff. Like it was like this whole thing, but it really has been like so fun doing stuff together. So I feel very lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool. And this album, as I sat with it, you take people on this emotional journey, not just with your vocals and your lyrics, but with like the production, the music production itself. So what are some things that were happening in your mind? Because this thing, I seriously feel like it's a piece of genius, and it's your debut album too. And so like what was happening in your mind that you're like, I need it to sound like this?
I think a lot of the songs, like most of them happened like individually. And then I started to realize as we recorded the first one, like I was like, these songs tie together and they tell a story. Like, so it turned into a concept album, like really naturally. They just belonged together. Like they had to be heard together. And, honestly, they happened over the course of years. Like one song would be like me, like alone in the bathtub, like having this like really intense, like emotional moment, dealing with like mental health issues. And it just kind of like came out in that moment. And then of course, like you go and finish the song and polish it later, but like a lot of the emotion came out during that time. And then like another song would be me like driving in the car, and it kind of started there. Or I think one of them was, only one was written like, let's sit down and write a song with this goal in mind, which I think makes this project really different and like special. And yeah, I think like overall it kind of, the theme of the songs like touch on faith, hope, and mental health, and just kind of like questioning those things and coming to a place of resolve at the end of it. So
yeah, so beautiful. I love it. Like if you guys have not had the pleasure of sitting with this album, we're going to sync you up to all of it. So have no fear. But to take a little bit of a left turn, more into your, well, we've been talking about your personal life alongside your music, but to introduce fans to you as a person, tell us something weird or random or some crazy skill set that nobody knows that you have, or a minimal amount of people. Like give us something weird or random about yourself.
Yeah, this is like, I guess I haven't talked about this much. It's not super random, but I don't think I've shared a lot about it. So I got my master's in like mental health counseling, actually. Yeah. And I know it's like so ironic. It's like a full circle moment. Yeah. So I think like a lot of the songs, like it was like I was dealing with things personally to a certain level throughout those years. And then also like when you watch people in like true pain, like asking extremely hard questions, like, you know, why would I want to go on living my life if all these things have happened, or if these are the things that like go out of my mind on a day-to-day basis, like people dealing with personality disorder and like severe depression, and like people have addiction or have like lost, you know, all their family and have no one, and they're asking these questions, and you're sitting across from them like it makes you think, you know? And so I think the songs came out of place for me, but it was also like asking for other people too.
Very cool. So. That's very interesting. Like, who knew? Look at this smart cookie sitting on this couch right now. That's so crazy. One more last question, because I'm really intrigued by your artist name, Elle Azar. So tell us, what does that mean? Where did it come from?
So it comes from the name Elle Azar, which means God has helped. And obviously, like, there's so much significance. Like, if you listen to the project, like, you get why that's significant.
Yeah.
And personally to me, and just the themes of the project. And yeah, it's funny because like my husband Ezra and I talked about like, oh, that'd be like a cool name for a kid down the road. And it's funny because like we just split the name in half and made it like a first and last name. And we're like, well, this is kind of like our child in the meantime, you know? So,
and then your future child is going to have the same name.
Sure.
And it's
who knows?
going to be really cool
It'll
because
be
you're already going to
cool
have all the
weird.
merch
I don't know.
for your child.
Yeah. We'll see.
Awesome. So, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. You're such a saint. Elle Azar, ladies and gentlemen. And then where can they find you on all things socials and website and all that stuff?
Instagram, Elle Azar Music. YouTube is great.
Yeah.
The same for all of them.
It's ELLE and then AZAR.
Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, Elle Azar, and we will sync her up on everything. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we are out.
If you look into my eyes, you can see that I'm tired, that I've lost many nights asleep.